You as the owner of the company will now have individual liability, personal liability for corporate acts. Mistake number two, fatal mistake number two, is the lack of understanding of the protections that a corporation provides to you, whether it's an LLC or a corporation or an Inc. And people call it S corp. S corp is simply a pass-through. It's a tax designation. It has nothing to do with the piercing of the corporate veil, which is the topic of mistake number two. What is the corporate veil? If you're acting on behalf of the company and you're signing, say, you have vendor agreements, you buy inventory from your supplier, and for whatever reason you owe that supplier money. The company owes money to that supplier. The business is not doing well. The business goes under. And you got to dissolve the business. They sue the company. They can only collect from the company if the company has any assets. You as the owner of the company will now have individual liability, personal liability for corporate acts. That's what is the corporate veil. There are ways to pierce the corporate veil. That's a whole podcast in and of itself, but I want to give you some general guidelines here. The corporation cannot be used to commit fraud. So if there's an instant that fraud was committed, fraud is alleged to be committed utilizing the corporate structure, that is one way that, someone can pierce the corporate veil. But generally speaking here, if you have a corporate entity and you're strictly doing business on behalf of the entity, the individual is not liable for those corporate acts, financially liable for corporate acts.